Hi, everybody. Welcome to the unprofessional audio video opportunities for us to begin to align our thinking, align our hearts, and really start to get us praying and connecting to God together as we continue down this process towards becoming church together or practicing church together. And been using the language lately that what I really think we want to be is just to be a group of people who are rapidly focused on Jesus, that we're centered on Jesus like nothing else. He consistently puts himself at the center of their story, even down to every time I take communion, I think about how they had practiced this Passover for hundreds and hundreds of years, and there was a rhythm to it and a purpose, and Jesus just throws himself right in the middle of it. He's constantly saying, look, this whole thing is about me. And so we want our whole thing to be about him. And so today, the early church did this. And so today I thought we'd just read through a passage in First Corinthians. I'll have it tagged into the email that I send if I'm able to send these out to you that way or into the text. But this is just an early writer. It's Paul writing to the church in Colossae. And as he starts his letter, he's praising God for what he's doing and how the gospel is moving, and so how the church is growing. And then his response to that is to say that God has delivered us from the power of darkness and transferred us into the kingdom of his beloved Son. He is the one in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins. And then he goes on to talk about Jesus this way. He says, he is the image of God, the invisible one, the firstborn of all creation. For in him all things were created, in the heavens and here on the earth, things we can see and things we cannot, thrones and lordships and rulers and powers, all things were created both through him and for him. And he's ahead prior to all else, and in him all things hold together. He himself is supreme, the head over the body, the church. He is the start of it all, firstborn from realms of the dead, so that in all things he might be the chief. For in him all the fullness, it's a capital F here, and this is the gospel for everyone, the New Testament for everyone version. For him all the fullness, capital F, was glad to dwell, and through him to reconcile, to bring back together all things to himself, making peace through the blood of his cross. And through him, yes, things on earth and also things in the heavens. So just like our forefathers, foremothers in the faith were rabidly focused on Jesus, let us do the same. And so maybe today you can take a little time with this passage and reflect on it. Maybe even pray it back to God. And in a future video or audio, I'll walk us through how to start to pray these things back to God. But take a little time with this passage. I'm sending the link or the text along with all this info. And so just know today that you're on my mind and my hearts, and that I am praying that the Lord of the universe, that the only God, the ultimate one, may bring grace and peace to you today. Bye, everybody.